Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Staying Crown podcast. So, in this podcast, me and Joe are going to be recapping the weekend of the Pasadena Golden State Tattoo Expo, thrown by Nico Hurtado and Carlos Torres. Just kind of talking about what's going on and what happened, and touching on a few other things. So, enjoy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. So, enjoy. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another podcast. So we're here today with myself and Joey.
What's up, everybody? Good to see you again. So good to see you.
So today, it's Monday. Thank God it's Monday. It's get shit done day, you know.
Case of the Mondays.
Yeah, I don't like Fridays. I like Mondays. But anyways, we want to talk about this weekend.
Epic.
We had a good time over the weekend at the Golden State Tattoo Expo, and yeah, we kind of just want to touch about it, you know, let you guys know how it went. Let's start off with you, Joe. You let us know what you...
Well, I mean, like I said earlier today, I had a great time. I didn't do any tattoos, which I was kind of upset about because I really wanted a tattoo, kind of wanted to show off a little bit. But I did get to get a badass tattoo by the one and only Big Sleeps. You can see that's my last name right here, Chavez, all the way across.
Damn.
Super sick piece. Took about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. Elbow was rough, as to be expected, but
so yeah, not only is the tattoo dope, it's the way he got it. Because if you guys know who Big Sleeps is, you know, he's been tattooing a long time. So I imagine that somebody of his, you know, I don't even know what to say it. His caliber, his stature, his
reputation,
influence, his reputation is not really wanting or needing to tattoo often, you know?
Yeah.
So
dude's doing murals for like 50K now.
He's doing murals like 50K. I don't need a tattoo every day at that point, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm gonna let Joey explain the situation because no one else was really there. It was just him. He was kind of just talking to us about it.
Yeah.
So how'd you get this fucking tattoo?
I mean, the word on the street with Sleeps is like I said, he's getting the 50K. He doesn't even tattoo that often anymore. So I'm one of the rare ones that did get tattooed by him recently, which is dope. I'm very grateful. So I was basically just fanboying at the show. You know what I mean? It's a Nico show, Carlos Torres show. So, you know, all the heavy hitters are going to be there. I have a Big Sleeps book. It's one of his first letter writing books. I wish I had the title of it right now. I think it's Letters to Live By.
Letters to Live By, yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay, great. So I've used this book for, I want to say 11, 12 years, dude. I got this book when I was back in college and I was broke as fuck. I remember going to a museum and I saw this book, Letters to Live By. And everyone's like, oh, it's this famous artist, Big Sleeps. And I remember being kind of insulted when I took it up to the cash register because the chick was like, that's $70. And again, I was broke at the time.
This bitch.
Because I was in college and whatnot. But I had a couple $100 bills in my wallet. So I specifically was like, yeah, that's fine. Pulled out 100, boom, paid for it. Didn't pay my rent that month, but I got the Big Sleep book, so it is what it is. But no,
you know, your priorities are correct.
Hey, you know, I was investing in my future.
Exactly.
Right? And I'm gonna tell you right now, that book has made me thousands of dollars over the years using it.
Paid for itself on the first one.
Yeah, if you've been tattooed on my bus and you ever asked me about font, like do I have fonts, do I have specific script writings ready to go? I always handed you the Letters to Live By book because it's great font, has great ideas. Matter of fact, these particular letters are in the Letters to Live By book. But they're unique because he drew this on me. We could have a video put up and show him drawing it on me. So it's his style, it's his lettering, but they're also customized, which is super dope. I've tattooed these letters on people plenty of times, different writings, different fonts. So I knew Big Sleep was out there this weekend. I said, hey, I want to get my book autographed by Big Sleep. But when I took it to him, I was looking at this book and I'm like, oh man, this thing's tattered. I mean, I've used the thing for 11 years.
It's had experience.
It's had experience. This thing's been on multiple buses, been in multiple conventions, multiple tattoo parties. I'm surprised I even have this fucking book still. I think at one point I lost it and it was returned to me by the person I lost it at their house or something like that, which is crazy. So I was kind of fanboying. I'm like, I'm gonna have him sign this book. So I go up to him and I'm like, hey, Big Sleeps, can you sign my book, right? He grabs the book. He's like, whoa, where did you get this? And I'm like, oh, dude, I got that at a book. I told him where I got it. He goes, oh, yeah, man, that's dope. That's dope. They got you. Because I told him how much I paid for it. He goes, yeah, they got you. I was like, yeah, they got me for sure. He goes, how long have you had it? And I told him, I said, I had this book for 11 years. So he holds the book up in the air and he's like, dude, this guy's been using this book for 11 years. And he specifically tells me, you owe me some money because all the money I've made off that book. And I told him, you know, you're right. I do owe you some money, bro. But he asked me if he once he saw it, he goes, bro, you've had this thing for 10 years. Why don't I trade you. I'll refresh you. I'll give you a
first
brand new
edition,
one.
so
This
it's
is a first edition.
Yeah.
All right. There's a first edition, the first one he released, right? He goes, I'll take that one and then I'll give you a new one signed by me if you let me have that one for free. And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And honestly, I was thinking in my head, I want to do it just because for him, he's a master. It's his book. It's his art. I hope somebody can reciprocate that with me someday. You know what I mean? So I said, here, take it, man. So I take it. He signs my book. I go back to the station, our station, and Elvis and Jordan gave me shit.
He comes back to the booth super excited.
I was pumped.
And we were excited for him.
Yeah.
Until he said that he gave up his first edition. And when I thought about it, especially with all this like NFTs and then these first edition Pokemon cards just going up in value,
Yes.
I was like, bro, he kind of got you.
He did kind of get me.
Because it's a first edition.
It was
It's
a
a
first
first edition.
Yes.
It's got all this experience.
Yes.
And he gave you a new one, which is less valuable than, and
Completely.
I was tattooing, and you had repeated basically that concept, like he got the first edition, and as he was saying that, he was like looking away, like, yeah, I gave him my first edition.
Yes.
And then he's like, you know what? I just realized what happened.
I fucked up. And so again, I was happy. I was happy to help Sleeps out. I was happy to give him back his art, but then I realized I fucked up, and not necessarily because I needed a monetary value. Because again, I got the value out of the book. I've made thousands of dollars off this thing. So really, fuck it. I kind of got paid for it. But I'm thinking in my head, well, shit, maybe he should give me more than just a new book to sign. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna ask this fool if he could tattoo me. Actually, I think you brought it up.
Yeah, because that book had sentimental value. Yeah, I think we both kind of brought it up. Like, I think maybe getting a tattoo at least,
Yeah.
I was thinking something small though.
Yeah.
So when you came back with that shit, free hand on your elbow,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so
I
I
didn't
went
even know
up
how to
to him.
react to that.
No, I said, hey, Sleeps, hey, bro, I kind of feel like you took me with this book, bro. That's a first edition book. This is a new one. How about you tattoo me? And he was like, oh, well, what's your budget? And I said, bro, for you, whatever, man. You tell me what my budget is, bro. And so he's like, all right, come back in 20 minutes. Like, all right, fuck. And I hadn't eaten yet. So I ran across the street, got some Yard House for you guys and for me. Took like 30 minutes. So I felt bad. So I hauled ass back. I get to sleep. So I'm like, yo, bro, are we still good? He's like, yeah, let's go. So he draws out my last name, big as fuck, across my arm. And then I'm thinking, damn, maybe I should have gave him a budget. You know what I mean?
But it'd be like, all right, it's gonna be $4,500.
Yeah, because I only brought like 1,000 cash to the show. I didn't think I was gonna need any more than that. I mean, like, what the fuck am I gonna buy? So I tell him, I'm like, hey, Sleeps, I got a G in cash for you, bro. And he's like, well, you're gonna have to do more than that. And I'm like, I got you. And he's like, can you Venmo me 400? I said, bro, yeah, I'll Venmo you 400, no problem. He goes, man, normally I charge 2,600 for something like that. I said, no, bro, I appreciate it. Artist to artist, showing love. I gave you the book and
I gave you that first edition fucking experience, letters to live by book.
That's 10, 11 years of my life in that book. And so I had to pick through the book and just pull out pages. Well, not pages, because they're some pages I drew on, and I just gave them to him. Those
You're never getting that back.
But I had loose ones that I just had drawings for clients' names and things like that. So I pulled out all the loosies that I could. And then he went to town, man. He went to town. He did this in probably about 4 or 5 hours, and
yeah, I remember when you came back to the booth with just the marker render of it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy crap, this fool's about to get a big Sleeps fucking tattoo right now.
Yeah. And so the thing about me is, like, I didn't have many tattoos. Actually, this year it looks like I'm a tattooer, right? But the last year, just alone, I didn't have anything on my lower arms, and that was mainly because the Marine Corps. I wanted to make sure if I ever had to rejoin again, if I had to fucking put in work, I wanted to make sure I could go back in as an officer because I have a degree. I didn't want to fucking have.
Ooh,
you know what I mean? If I ever had to go back in,
man.
I didn't want to go
Smart
back in
man.
as an enlisted again. I was gonna say, nah, well, you're gonna have to fucking send me to OCS because I got my degree now. So that's why I never did anything on my neck.
Smart.
Never did anything below my arms or anything just in case. Well, now I'm 38 years old, bro. Like, they ain't calling me back up. If they call me back up, they're not gonna give a fuck what tattoos I have.
Yeah, then they really need you. Yeah, better let you go to OCS.
You know what I'm saying? But I said, fuck it, dude. I want to commit to it, and I wanna embrace it, dude. Like, for years, I feel like, I mean, God blessed me with this profession. I always wanted to draw comic books, bro. I didn't want to do tattoos. I always wanted to draw comic books, and for the longest time, this tattooing was always there for me. Boom, always there for me. Oh, I'm doing it as a hobby, but boom, it's always giving me money. Boom, oh, I'm gonna just do it on the side while I'm going to college. Oh, I'm just doing it on the side while I'm in the military. But it was always there, And then it's kind of like, one of those things. Like, it's a gift from God saying, hey, this is what you're gonna do. Embrace it. You know what I mean? And So finally, I'm 38 now. I feel like I'm grown up. I feel like I'm an adult now. You know, I own 2 shops. I own 2 buses, and now I think I really could admit
You're pretty rooted into the tattoo industry now, to the point where you can be like, you know what, I think I'm gonna be tattooing for a while.
I think it would be doing it. I think it would be doing it for a while. And so I said, fuck it. I'm going to do my arms. The next piece I want to get, and I'm actually really stoked because now I don't have some bullshit on my arms. You know what I mean? This is stuff people see right off the bat. And I have a master that did this arm. You know, I'm going to have a master do this side. You know what I mean? So like
it's still unreal just thinking about it. Like
it is.
Like who would have thought you gave Big Sleeps value that you didn't think of it as valuable to him at the time. You just wanted to get a signature to make it more valuable to you.
Yeah.
But then he saw that and he was like, dude, what?
Yeah.
Which opened up that door to you even getting that, because that was never in the plans.
That was never planned. I never even thought about getting a tap from Big Sleeps. That's not something like that. I never something I would even do.
Yeah.
Like I get tattooed by my people because I show love to my people. I want my people showing off their shit, you know? But then when I had this opportunity, it's just kind of like, you know, serendipity, dude. Like,
yeah,
this is kind of like, you know, my dad passed away a couple years back, and this to me represents that too.
Yep.
Like, I know Pops would fucking be going nuts with it. And the shit is like what Jordan did on my back.
There you go.
It matches this font, you know.
Jordan did that one on your back?
Yeah, and mainly because of Big Sleep's Letter to Live By book. That's not Jordan's custom fucking font right there.
Damn, Jordan's got creative, some lettering style.
Jordan's got that lettering style because he's got the letters to live by, baby. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And so to me, it all fits, it all jives, and it's just more of like God's plan and God showing us the way and walking the right path. And even with Golden State this weekend, like, I went to a Nico seminar. Elvis also went to the Nico seminar.
Yeah, and Carlos. I did the Carlos Torres one as well.
Elvis
Very
is a baller.
insightful.
Elvis is a baller, so he said.
Well, I mean, these guys. I think the price tag on these seminars were actually very undervalued.
Absolutely.
Like they were giving these away pretty much, and I was like, yeah, I'm in.
Well, like even when you said, do you think I'll be able to get in? I'm like, yeah, you're gonna be able to get in. What did they do? They charge you at the door?
Yeah, they just well, I think it was an assistant or something.
Yeah.
And I told her, well, I didn't get it online, but if you guys still have seats available, can I like just do it right now? Can I give you some cash? So you got Venmo? So I just Venmoed it to Carlos Torres, and then they let me in the door.
Are you and Carlos Torres are friends on Venmo?
We're fucking buddies, bro. Yeah, he said I can come. He actually said I can go show him some of my tattoos, and then he'll tell me how shitty they are.
Nice,
which is pretty cool. Yeah, I need that. I need that. Some humbling, you know.
Yeah, too bad Megan wasn't there because she could have showed off a lot of shit, which would have been dope. And he
would have been dope. Yeah,
he probably would have welcomed you to Raven and the Wolves.
Yeah, that would have been tight.
Pissed, but it is.
I would like to get a tattoo from him, but he's only wanting to do like big pieces. Oh yeah, he's putting a lot of time and effort into just creating these concepts alone. Just from that seminar, I was like, I need to step my creative process up.
Well, I don't know what he talked about this seminar, but when I took his seminar a couple years back, he was showing his process on how he photographs his own things and how he takes all that time to create these own images that are special to him before he even tattoos them.
Yeah,
he's controlling the lighting, he's controlling the colors, he's controlling the
exactly.
He has all this control over the tattoo before he even does the tattoo. This guy has a whole production.
Yeah, and that's something that really resonated with me because that's something I've thought about for a long time.
Yeah.
I even asked Megan a few days ago, I was like, would you be okay if I hired models to take pictures of for my tattoos? Mm-hmm. And she kind of paused for a minute, you know.
Chicks, man.
You know. Like we're just pieces of meat to them, you know.
No, I 100% agree with
100%, you know.
Agree with that.
Anyways, but just seeing his process and knowing that he likes to put that extra to really stand out and tell a story with his work.
Yeah,
it was just very like I was like super just lasered in on what he was saying, and it was good. It gave me a lot of value. It made me definitely want to push myself and really go after these things I wanted to do. So
yeah, and I think that's important. Like, I mean, we were talking about the Tattoo Guardians podcast the other day, and they're talking about like how you always should be improving yourself. I've always thought that, and I think mainly because I went to college, you know what I mean? And when my experience with college basically says there's a lot of shit out there you don't know. So you need to be humble because no matter what you think you know, there's so much more to know. That's what I learned the most out of college more than anything. So like going to these seminars and things like that. And for instance, Nico started saying, well, how many people have been tattooing over 10 years? How many people have been tattooing 5 years? I had to say, how many people over 20 years? You know what I said? To show that these motherfuckers that I'm still in the game. I'm still doing it. I'm still trying to improve myself, even though, again, like, I feel like I am on top of my game right now. I feel like I'm in my prime. I'm 38 years old, but I feel like I'm in my prime. I've hit my groove with this tattoo thing. And I honestly feel unstoppable but I'm gonna keep my humility because I know what's really out there and what's available and what I don't know. I mean, I know enough to know that I don't know at all, but I'm confident enough to know that
valuable.
I can take care.
You know,
I
being
can
able to be like, I don't know shit still.
exactly.
You know, somebody may look to you, look at your work, and be like, damn, bro. Like somebody came up to me while I was tattooing, and they're like, damn, bro, I hope to get to that level one day. And I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, I really appreciate that, because I feel like I could have done this way better, or I should have been able to do this way better. So I need to learn more. I need to figure out where I can improve. But him saying that is like, yeah, this is the kind of work you see on Instagram with like 50,000 likes or something like that. I was like, holy shit, dude. I even looked at him
right.
like look him right in his eyes, like, dude, I fucking appreciate that, dude. That's
And
that's good
he's
shit.
absolutely right. I mean, like what Nico was saying too, like when he showed us that Catwoman piece where one of the eyes was a little wonky, and he says like he still makes mistakes and he's still striving
Yeah.
to do himself. Like we look up to him as something that's, wow, this guy's the pinnacle. But really, he's saying he just feels like
Yeah.
he's getting started too. And it's a trip to hear that. And again, it just kind of reinforced to me that again, I'm walking my path and I'm doing my thing, and that my gratitude that I have for everything that I have and that we've been doing. It's just, again, it's God's plan, and it's just,
God's plan.
it's so, I mean, what can you say about that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just walking it, dude. I'm just walking it. And living what I can.
It's all being unraveled before us. We're just,
Absolutely.
we just got to take those opportunities, like the, you know, Big Sleep's opportunity, getting your arm tatted. That may never present itself again. But another thing on top of that is that now Big Sleeps knows who the fuck you are.
Yeah. Well, not only that, dude, this is the biggest tattoo he did the whole weekend, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm getting tatted by him, right? And one of my homeboys that actually, I gave this kid I didn't give him his start. He wanted to start tattooing. So when I had my shop in Oceanside, back when I had my gallery in 2008, I had this kid come in and watch me tattoo. His name's Pablo. Everybody calls him Lord Pablo. You've seen his work, black and grayish type shit.
Lord Pablo?
Yeah, Lord Pablo.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, you have. So he worked at
recall the
Lowrider Tattoo when Big Sleep was at Lowrider Tattoo. So he comes up to Big Sleeps. Well, I have my back turned because Sleeps is tattooing me like this. So I don't know who's talking to him. He's like, "What's up, Sleeps?" Blah, blah, blah. And I turn like this. And I'm like, "Oh shit, Pablo, what's up, dog?" And Pablo's like, "What, Joe? What's up, bro?" And he's telling me, he goes, "Bro, I'm so proud of both you guys. Like, I'm proud of what you're doing," because Sleep's got his new ink line out.
Yeah.
He's got his fucking murals he's doing. He's got all this shit. And he's like, "Man, I'm so proud to see what you're doing. And Joey, I know you're doing some shit. I'm proud." And he tells Sleeps like, "Oh man, this guy right here, he's the one that first gave me my start." And he basically told Sleeps that he credited me for this motherfucker in the game.
That's tight.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's things like that. You don't even realize how much you're influencing somebody by just giving them a little extra, "Hey, yeah, come check it out," or hey, yeah, you're welcome into.
Well, that ties into
welcome
what Nico was saying in the seminar. That Guy Atchison had told him, "There's always somebody watching.
Always.
There's always somebody watching. So you never know who you're going to influence. You can either infect them in a negative way, or you can infect them in a positive way."
And that's what this is about. And that's what our podcast is about. And like with the Tattoo Guardians and other podcast people that we see, that's exactly the vision we talked about.
Yeah, shout out to the Tattoo Guardians. You know, I gave them a shout out on my Instagram, and they really appreciated that and showed the love back. So thank you guys. Definitely check out their podcast. It's very insightful, whether you're an artist or just a human being. It's definitely gonna bring you some value.
Yeah,
So,
and heads up for the collab, because you know the collab's coming. I mean, they're out of Ohio. Next time we're out there for an Ohio show, you know that's happening. Next time they're out here for a Cali show.
that's where the Hell City's at, right? In Columbus, I believe it is.
Columbus.
I would love to do that one.
Yeah,
Hell City.
Yeah, is that a Hell City show?
Yeah.
Or is that a?
That's where I don't know if it's this guy that fuck, I forgot his name. The guy who throws a show. He's from Columbus or Ohio, but he's also the owner of True Tubes.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so he's got the Hell City in Columbus or in Ohio. I'm not sure if it's in Columbus, but Ohio, and then Arizona, I believe, is the other one, or Nevada or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, that'd be cool to link up with them, or even just meet them. You know, if we ever go out there, or the Evergreen Invitational. That's the Joshua Carlton's convention.
That'll be
invitational.
That'll be
out there. So
and
that'd be cool to see that.
Hopefully we get him involved in InkCon. I mean, we still got InkCon planned. We're still trying to find a new location. Pachanga pulled out of the deal, which is rough because we really wanted to give back to the native community that gave us back so much. But we're going to try to find the right venue for you. We're talking about San Diego County Convention or San Diego Convention Center.
That would be cool.
Well, the concourse is just where they normally have the Bodyart Expo. They already said they're down, but I don't really want to do the concourse. I want to do the convention center. So we'll see. I'm trying to work that deal out if we can't get another casino, because I'm thinking about Paula. I'm thinking about Harrah's. There's a
Yeah.
couple of other casinos.
Is there another convention in San Diego?
It's just a Body Art Expo.
Just the Body Art Expo?
And that's the only
Okay.
one in San Diego. That's why I'm telling you, dude, we got a niche ready to go. We just got to
Yeah.
push it. So
Cool.
once we find the right venue, hopefully we can invite him to that. And I mean, that takes me back to what I was telling you before with like Chris Wynn in Wynn's World. Like I would like to have Chris Wynn there doing his podcast live. Like at our convention, I like to have a full like podcast station where everybody that's doing theirs could come up and do a session right there live at the show.
That would be dope. You know,
how sick would that
everyone
be?
like, hey, if you got a podcast, you got something that you want to talk about, you guys want to do something, we'll have
Yeah.
some stuff set up.
We'll have it set
And
up.
you guys can do that.
And
you know?
I'm going to inspire other people
or
to do it.
or reach out ahead of time, you know, once we get the dates and everything figured out. If you do want to, you know, get some content created, you know, we're about it. We're definitely open to that.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the convention. We're going a little bit off topic, you know. Super grateful
we
with
can.
everything that's going on. Yeah.
And we can.
Yeah, we can go fucking for hours if we wanted to.
Yeah.
So Friday we went to get set up. We took the bus. A lot of people were looking at the bus. You know, some of them never seen the Body Art bus before, so it was definitely impactful in that way. We loaded up. We saw a lot of familiar faces. I had a client coming in to get tattooed. I had a client cancel because they were doing COVID tests. So COVID's been a little bit of a speed bump in the process. I think it might have affected how the Golden State Expo went, but it was still a good turnout in my opinion, and I definitely got a lot of value. So I did a tattoo. We were hoping to enter in tattoo of the day. I missed the cutoff time to enter, and I didn't even finish in time anyways. And I didn't want to rush. And I had told somebody had told me to enter, and I was like, I don't want to enter it because then I'm gonna until I know that I can finish, because then I'm gonna start feeling anxious, like I need to finish, which will make me rush the last portion of it, which I did not want to do that. So I didn't end up finishing it, but I like how they came out. Huge shout out to the homie Mike for coming out and getting that tattoo. So yeah, Joey was there for a little bit. Well, that was the day you got tattooed.
That was the day.
So you weren't even gonna stay there the whole time. You were
No, I
gonna
was
fucking
gonna leave.
dip out earlier, and then you're like, I'm gonna go get fucking Big Sleep signature.
I just wanted to couple
then-
autographs.
Yeah, and then it turned into a whole fucking thing.
Turned into my life
Yeah.
now, you know, which
That's
is
tight.
dope, which is super dope. I mean, Friday was good. Jordan was tattooing. Tay was doing that full body piece.
Oh
as well.
yeah, and she
So
came
we
all the way
just kinda-
from Vegas.
She drove in from Vegas.
and then went back to Vegas that night.
back to Vegas that
She
night.
had to work
After
that
getting her
morning.
Chest tatted, her sternum tatted, her stomach tatted, and a little
Yeah,
bit
he
of
was
all
just
of her
jumping around everywhere.
vagina. Yeah, so she went through it that day.
She
But
did.
again, shout out to all the people that show us love like that. Shout out to all the clients and everybody that's participated and supported us, because again, we wouldn't be here without you guys. And it's just it was amazing to see. And again, the gratitude is insane. Let's see, how was Saturday? Because I didn't go Saturday.
So
Freddie had his fucking book release.
yeah, Saturday was dope. I was actually okay with my appointment canceling, because then I was like, okay, now I get to walk around and you know, see what's going on. You know, FK Irons had a booth, World Famous had a booth, Richie Bulldog, the Hustle Butter, he had like a whole row.
He had a whole row.
I don't know if those are his guys or
was
just
a
people
whole
he
alley.
sponsors.
Yeah.
But I mean, he had just a whole aisle of
It was
his
a trip.
logo. It was tight.
I got a video of that.
But it was cool seeing like the new products, the new things coming out. I don't really want to touch on them too much, just because there's a lot of things that, you know, are going to be coming out, and you're going to hear about them eventually from Daniel Rocha. Nico's got a few things coming out. He just dropped the ink line. He's got a machine thing in the works. You know, I don't know much. He gave
sick.
people in the seminar a little bit of a taste, but not much. Then that Saturday, it was Johnny Quintana, Chuy Quintanar, Freddie Negretti, and Jack Rudy put out a book, A Smile Now, Cry Later. I believe it was Johnny Quintana's book, but with the help of the other heavy hitters, and they were doing a signing. Jordan came to the booth. He got the first book, the first signatures, and he came like, "Hey man, there's nobody in line right now." So I was like doing something. I was like, let me take these gloves off and go over there real quick. I ran over there, and there was already a line forming, you know, so I had to wait a little bit. I didn't get Jack Rudy's signature because because he went somewhere else once he
We'll
signed
go to his
somebody.
shop, though. He's close.
Yeah, so he's not far, so I'll go over there and get that signature. But yeah, there was a lot of legends there that day, just hanging out and you know. But yeah, I mean, besides that, you know, everyone was tattooing. There's a lot of dope artists I've never heard of, but still putting in amazing work.
Amazing.
Definitely influenced, or not influenced, but inspired, you know, because I felt like I was kind of getting to a point where I was like, tattooing, you know, It's just another thing. But then seeing everybody pushing the limits, pushing their craft, I'm like, dude, you know, it was like refreshing. It made me want to start leveling up again. So
it was inspiring, dude.
I'm excited to.
I'm pissed that nobody got me a fucking book and nobody got me any signatures when these motherfuckers know I wanted a book and they know I'd want signatures. But whatever, I'm gonna digress.
But I mean, it could work both ways. You know, like I would like to have gotten a big old forearm piece from Big Sleeps. You know, I would have liked to have, you know, gotten some Big Sleeps love. But
True, that's true.
did you even tell him my name? Did you even tell him? Oh, okay. All right. Well, then fuck
I said my boy Elvis is over there in Jordan, but that's it.
over there, yeah. Cool.
Briefly.
And he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, whatever, dog.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
Put your arm
Whatever,
down.
bro. But yeah, so Saturday I didn't work, but that was okay. Definitely got still a good time. And then Sunday
was dope.
was tight.
Yeah.
So I purposely didn't book anything that day because I wanted to do the seminars. You know, I've never done or even met Nico or Carlos, so I wanted to do the seminars. Joey was gonna tattoo, but he had also signed up for the seminars. He didn't get to tattoo. There was a lot of things, you know, taking more time than we anticipated.
Such is life.
Yeah. But it was cool. I didn't actually get, like he was saying, I didn't get the Carlos Torres seminar, but I ended up being able to go. There were still seats available. I jumped in and just a whole lot of value out of that. And I'm super grateful I did that, you know.
Yeah, highly recommend them. Highly recommend going to their seminars. And again, just paying some of the OGs, because again, your back's only going to hold out so long, your arm's only going to hold out so long. So when the OGs or people that are above you that start putting out, you know, whether it's books, whether it's seminars, whether it's content, whatever, please, as an artist, support it. Because again, one day you're going to be there and you're going to need the support. Just like when we have artists that are sick or they do blood drives or whatever, we all show out to support. We need to do that for each other. Be more supportive. Also, just with artists around you, you know, a lot of shops that are around don't like to talk to other shops. And I think that's a little weird, you know, especially because, you know, like our shop's been here 13 years. Somebody opens a shop, they don't even buy and you say, what's up? Which, you know, I don't get it. Anytime I'm in an area and I open a shop, or even if I have to bus somewhere, I always stop in, say what's up. You know, it's a different time now, I guess. But we should be participating with each other more, not so much of a competition. Because I tell you what, no matter how many of us tattoo, there's not enough skin in the world for us to tattoo at all. There's plenty of skin. So try not to be a hater, you know. And that's one of the things I got out of Nico's seminar, and he was really pushing that about being a good person and showing gratitude, and again, not being a hater, but being an appreciator. And that's something I've always tried to work on myself. Again, but it just,
and not just that, not just not being a hater, but, you know, focusing on progressing what you're doing.
Yes.
Because when you start looking at these other artists and be like, damn, I want to get like that, or I want to do this, you stop focusing on yourself.
yes.
So, you know, there's always going to be somebody better than you. Just realize that now. There's always going to be somebody doing something better than you. You may be the best lettering guy, or the best black and gray, the best color guy, but there's always going to be somebody doing something different, more innovative than you.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be. So take that
because you
as
inspire them.
exactly. So focus on what you're doing and how you can improve and how you can get out of the box that you're in to improve. And a quick little, you know, shameless plug for tattooers. Passion Tattooers Club is a Facebook group I started to kind of explore ways of growing and learning financial tactics, or just exploring financial ideas to help you create more income to supplement your tattooing. Not to stop tattooing, but to make it less stressful. Not knowing where your next paycheck is going to come from. If you don't tattoo, you don't make money. And a lot of tattooers don't have a retirement plan, or don't even think about it when they're young. And it's something that we need to change, because a lot of tattooers are getting old in age, and this goes back into them creating content, creating books, creating DVDs to help you, and going out there and purchasing that to help them out. But there's other ways to set yourself up, especially if you decide to have a family in the future, to prepare for those type of things, preparing for retirement, or even retire early. If you still want to keep tattooing, you can do so, but prepare yourself. So there'll be a link in the bio for that if you guys are interested. It's fairly new, but all levels of tattooers are welcome. We're going to explore and grow together. So I hope to see you guys in there.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll all be there. But again, thanks again, everybody. It was a great time this weekend. Thank you, Nico. Thank you, Carlos, for having the Golden State Tattoo Expo.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to all the artists that were involved. It was such a great time. It was very nice meeting you, Mr. Hurtado, Nico's dad. We got some plans for the future. They want to do a bus, so hopefully we could help them with that. And hey, have a good one.
Yeah. Shout out to Black Anchor, and the homie Felipe is gonna be tattooing the back of my head pretty soon. He's their newest artist over there at Black Anchor.
Congratulations, bro.
So yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. That's gonna be our episode for today. A little quick one. That was what, about 30 minutes, which is good. Well, we got things to do. So anyways, thank you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe,
Please.
and if you're on Spotify or Apple Music, I believe we're on that as well, make sure you follow us there as well, and show love. Any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below, and make sure you follow the shop, Trusted Tattoo Company, Body Art Bus, Ink Con, Stain Crown, and everybody, show us love. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next podcast.